Okay, so we got 88. Still half of them are not in the session. We got 160 people in this batch, but I know only 90, 100 will be in the classes because they all are watching videos. Okay, so we got, so guys, please turn on your camera so that we can see you. Okay. Show me how you look in 2023. I'll take a screenshot and put in my what we call memory book. I'll store this picture somewhere, like people after 100 years will see how people used to look in 2023. Okay, so jokes apart, let's start the session. I can see a lot of people. Okay, so Ray, thumbs up for 2023. Great. Okay, so let's start the session. Okay, so once you start the lab, okay, most of you are got the lab access. Okay, so some of you have the lab like 8086, some of you have maybe 8096, maybe some of you have some 9103. So because we have a lot of students, so that's why they get different port number here. So this URL has a port number, and I'm sure you got the email from team already for your lab credentials. Say yes, please raise hand if you got the lab access. Yeah. Have you checked your emails that you got the lab access, right? Everyone? Okay, great. If you have not got the lab access, let me tell you. Okay. So tomorrow, the first thing, you go to this website, learn.nwkings.com, go to contact us. Okay. And you are going to call this number between 10 to 7 p.m. tomorrow if you do not got the lab access. Clear, everyone? Okay. And you can chat with the team from here that you have not got, that I need support. Okay, because today they are not available, but from tomorrow you are able to contact if you have not got the lab access, but 99% of you have already got the lab access, right? So after that, once you, let me show you. So basically when you are able to log in, okay, you must got a email. So your username is your most of the time is your username or what is in the email, and the password is your email ID most of the time. Okay, most of the time. Okay, so okay, forward password maybe. Okay, just hold on because I have multiple labs, so I always get confused where to log in. Because when you are admin, you have, okay. Oh man. Yeah, I got it finally. Okay, so once you log in into your portal, okay, or what we call lab access, so you will see a lot of folders here. You can see CCNA, Nitish. Maybe you have different lab, and maybe these folders are little different. But most of you are going to see this type of lab, and inside that you will see a folder named CCNA. Okay, so you can see there is a folder name here, CCNA. Yes, guys, you guys can see, right? So in the CCNA, you can see there is a first practical. Okay, so this lab we have already done on packet tracer, but I'll show you today how to do this practical on this lab. So I'll be opening this lab first practical CCNA June something, or maybe we can take the second practical also, whatever. Okay, so first or second, both are same. So you just scroll down and there you see the open button, right? Click on the open button. Okay, and once you open the device, so you will see the nice background with networkings. If you do not love colors, there is a dark mode here. You can change this to dark mode also. Okay, so whatever you feel like. Okay, so once you have the device, once you log in into the device, so now in this lab, this is the second practical, because in second practical, we need to do the lab according to subnetting. Okay, so I'll close the lab from here because I'll show you the first practical because it is without subnetting. Okay, open. Okay, so now you can see there are two LAN networks, 192.168.1.1 on this gateway, and there is a 2.1 on this gateway, right? So you cannot add routers here because this is the lab. If you want to do lab on another lab, you can close here and explore other labs. Okay, so this is the lab we have. And today how to start, right click here, and you can see there is a button, right start. Okay, so you can see router is started here. It is showing you the networking's logo. Right after that, switches are already on. Okay, you do not have to turn on. Then there is Windows machine start. There is another Windows machine, and there is a Windows server. Okay, so we are doing the practical. Please focus. And the class is getting recorded also. Don't worry. In case if you miss any step, you can always go back and revise. Okay, ठीक है? करें फिर? Okay. So remember, when you log in, like just turn on the devices. Now click on the router. Okay, it will show you the console. Okay, just wait for 1 second. Okay, it will show you router login and click on same Windows machine 2. Now this is my Windows machine 2. This is my Windows machine 3. And there is a Windows server. Okay. So now you can see there are all tabs here. Windows 1, Windows 2. So what I recommend you, because in the same window you can't work, you select all these windows with the shift button. Router 1 to this window, shift button se sare select kar lena. Okay. And just drag these out. Okay. And just reduce the size of window so that it will work like a CLI or what we call tab for you. Okay. So now you can see there is a console here, right? So how cool, right? See the clarity. You can see the diagram on the left side, and on the right side, you have the console. Okay. So now if you enter here, this is the first thing when you log in into the router, and you have to always say, remember what you have to type here, always no, right? So this is the first thing. You configure router no, because it is, why we give no, because it is auto setup mode. So you have to give auto setup mode. So this is the first thing when you log in into the router, and you say here enable. Okay. So what is the command to enable? Enable. Okay. And now you are in which mode? Privilege mode. Okay. So tell me, whenever you see this type of symbol, router with greater than symbol, which mode is this? Tell me. Router with greater than symbol, what mode is this? Okay, Ravi, don't worry. Like, it's not very hard to ask me in live session. Don't worry. I just focus on content delivery in the initial class. We have half an hour or 1 hour after the class also. You can always discuss whatever you want to discuss. Okay, so you can see. So when we say exit, okay, so you can see this is the user mode. So this mode is called user mode. Okay, user mode. And when you type enable, okay, you are in privilege mode. Okay, this mode is called privilege mode. Okay, privilege spelling mistake. Okay, but this is called privilege mode. Okay, so the first thing what I want, like I want to set up my router as a production router or something like that. Okay, so it's first of all, you can run this command show clock. Okay, currently the time is correctly configured. Okay, and I want to set up like the device name. You will go to another level, which is called configure terminal. So when you enter configure terminal, you are in the advanced mode of router, which is called global configuration mode. ठीक है? तो मतलब सिर्फ 2 कमांड से, with just 2 commands, you are inside the top level of router configuration. You just say enable, and after that, some people use conft, which is like short form of configure terminal. Okay, so conft is very famous also, conft. So it is like a short form of configure terminal. Okay, and after I do conft, I'm inside the router. So the first thing in our labs, because these labs are using the same operating system what the real routers have. Okay, so there are some messages here. You can see no CDP something. So it is just we can ignore these messages while giving this command no CDP mismatch. I think I remember the command no CDP log. Okay, so whenever you get these messages na, which interrupting me, so you can give this command no CDP log mismatch duplex. You can note it down somewhere, because whenever you do practical, you are going to get these kind of messages. So you can turn off these messages with this command no CDP log mismatch duplex. Okay, because we are in the virtual lab environment and there are some like what we call, there are few things we need to see. Okay, so let me write down here in the notepad for your reference. Okay, first you do enable, right? Because enable help you to go to privilege mode. Okay, and after that you type conf t or configure terminal. Okay, after that the first thing you can say no CDP log mismatch duplex. I think this is the same command, no CDP log mismatch duplex. Okay, also I would recommend you to give one more command during this. Okay, no IP domain lookup. Okay, this is also good command for labs, but in real world you do not have to give this command. What is the command? What is the use of this command? No IP domain lookup. Okay, so this command will not interrupt your messages, or sometimes what will happen whenever you type a wrong command, like suppose you were typing something and mistakenly you have entered with show like that. Okay, so whenever you type a wrong command, you can see it is giving you like it is not sending to DNS, because if you have what we call, agar aap ye na do na command, if you do not give this command no IP domain lookup, if you say IP domain lookup, what will happen? It will waste my 1 minute just to show you. Okay, because if you say show or like that, IP domain. Okay, so we can say IP domain lookup. Okay, or IP. Okay, so actually it is going to send this data to DNS. Okay, it is so like what we call it, waste a lot of time. So that you will not send any detail to DNS. So this is the reason we give no IP domain lookup for the labs, only for the labs. Okay, because else it is going to take a lot of time. So I would recommend you these 2-3 commands. Okay, for lab purpose. Okay. So now so when we are in the configure terminal, the first thing we can change the router name. You can give a name like host name router 1 like this. Okay, and it will change the router name instantly. Can you see that? When you give host name R1, instantly the router name has changed to R1. So you can say host name R1. Okay. After that, I would recommend you to give this banner MOTD. Okay, so this is a new command for some of you, banner MOTD. So banner MOTD is basically, I would recommend you to go for SKI generator. Okay, so there are many websites in SKI generator. Okay, so this is, I remember we used to create the what we call tags. Okay, so basically SKI generators are just whatever you want to write here. Suppose unauthorized access. Okay, to networking's router. Okay, so basically you will change this to, I'm sure you have seen these type of things when you log in into some routers and all. It is so fancy, but normally it is not like that. Normally we use very simple plain ASCII codes. Okay, yeah, like this. I'm sure you have seen this type of thing when you log in into the router in the production networks. Okay, so I just created this. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this. It is just creating a warning message for the users. So what I did, I Google it as sky generator. Okay, on the first website, I got it a sky something. Okay, so dekh lena, and we got it. And I'll go to router 1 and I say banner MOTD star. Okay, sorry, hash, enter and type your message. So I'll be going to copy paste here. So normally I'll show you how to copy paste. Don't worry. So basically you have to say Control Alt Shift. Okay, in this terminal and click on the text input. Now copy paste the same message. Okay, and now you can close this message with hash. Okay, now the message is actually configured. Okay, I think it has taken. So now if you go back, okay, if I exit from this router, exit. Okay, can you see this? The router is showing me the warning message unauthorized access to networking's router, right? And so this is the way, like I'll repeat here what I did. Enable, then you say configure terminal. Okay, and just go to these kind of websites. Just type sky generator. Okay, Google पे sky generator लिखना आपने. Okay, open any website like this and type whatever you want to write here. Okay, unauthorized access or whatever. Okay, so just copy that font. I would go for digital something. कोई भी ले लेना यार, ठीक है. ठीक है, so suppose you have copied it and now inside the router just copy paste. That's it. Okay, how you copy paste? Banner MOTD hash, enter, type your copy paste your message. Okay, but in our networking slabs you cannot directly copy paste here. Okay, because we are in the HTML console. This terminal what you see here, this is not putty console, this is HTML console. Okay, so to copy anything in the HTML console, what you guys have to do? Just hold on. Oh man, where is my text? Just hold on. I have to turn on again. There is some issue. I don't know why. Ah. Okay, so same window came up. Okay, so I was showing you that how to copy paste in the networking slabs. Okay, because it's HTML console. Okay, so also before the till the router comes up, we can give IPs to these Windows machines. So I'll go to the first window machine. Okay, which is window 2, window 3. So in the Windows 2, what is the password here? For every one, the password is test 123. Test 123. Test in the uppercase. I think somewhere it's written over here, maybe. Okay, let me write down here. Okay, so test 123. Okay, so this is the password for Windows machines for all. Okay, for Windows machines and Windows Server. Okay, so we got the Windows machine, and I'm sure that you know how to give IP address to Windows machine. Okay, so test 123, both. Okay, so this is the machine. I'll go to the network connection. I'll write here ncpa.cpl something, which is a short form to go to my network connections. Okay, guys, and I go to local area connection, go to properties, IP version 4, and I'll give here IP address, which is 192.168.1.2, right? And the gateway is 192.168.1.1. Clear? So very simple. So we have given IP. Okay, and we'll go to the Windows 3 machine, which is like the similar computer. Just the IP address are different. Okay, and we'll go to this properties, IP version 4. Okay, IP address 192.168.1.3. Right, gateway is again 192.168.1.1. Okay, तो gateway आपने same देना है because for both my machines the gateway is 192.168.1.1, right? So the router is already logged in here. So the same thing. So whatever I have typed here, okay, so suppose if I want to copy paste here, so I'll copy. And how to copy paste in networking slab, you have to say Control Alt Shift. Control Alt Shift button दबाना है. Control Alt Shift. Okay, and it will show you a text input here. Okay, can you see here? Yeah. Click on the text input. Now it is giving you some space here. Now you can copy paste anything here if you want to copy paste. So you can see I have copy pasted. And if you want to disable this copy paste again, Control Alt Shift. Okay. Or you just say from here refresh. Okay. And that window is gone now for that copy paste. Okay. So whenever you copy paste, Control Alt Shift. Okay. Go to text input. Okay. Now you are able to copy paste the configuration here. Okay. But whenever you do putty and all directly in putty or any kind of application, okay, you are able to copy paste directly. You do not have to do this. This is in the case of HTML console. And trust me, whenever you are using what we call cloud topologies nowadays, like AWS, Azure, or GCP, even those cloud platforms are also giving you HTML console. Okay, you can directly configure the devices directly from the HTML. You no need to install any terminal application. ठीक है, तो अभी ये router आ गया अपने पास. So what we have to do here, because we have two different networks, so there is interface here E00. Okay, I'll go to interface E00, IP address, okay, 192.168.1.1. Then we have subnet mask, and then you type no shutdown because by default all the ports are disabled. So I'll give no shutdown, and you can see the router is giving me some log messages here that my router interface is up now, right? The same thing, you will go to this another interface, which is E01 interface. I'll do the static routing practical also, don't worry. Interface E01, IP address 192.168.2.1. Okay, no shutdown. मैंने सोचा आज हम 4 बजे तक पढ़ेंगे, क्योंकि 1 तारीख है ना, बहुत छुट्टियां हो गई हैं तुम्हारी. Okay, no shutdown. So we have given IP. So the best part in this command is not in Packet Tracer. Let me tell you. See, Packet Tracer is a good software, but I would recommend you, like, this is the complete same software what we use in real devices. So you go to interface E0, you can type here description. Okay, you can give description in Packet Tracer, but you can't test it. Let me show you. So you can see a description. This is the left side of my network. It belong to maybe HR team. Okay, so you can say HR team. Okay, so and my E01 interface is belong to my description, maybe marketing team. Okay, so we have given descriptions. So now suppose tomorrow all HR people come to you, okay, or maybe everyone in HR team is saying their internet is not working. Okay, maybe this cable is down. So how you will identify? Because you do not know what is, you can't remember as an engineer, okay, by HR team is connected to E00. Do you think you will remember that? It is very difficult, right? If you have a big network, it is just a one network. Maybe if you are managing 100 of branch offices, you can't remember the port number. So whenever there is a problem, okay, in Delhi office, like everyone is saying, HR team is saying their internet is not working. You directly log in into Delhi router, which is my router 1, and you run this command, show interface description. Okay, directly from here, you will come to know, okay, HR team port number is E00 and this interface is down. This is the beauty of description command, which I can't show you on the packet tracer. Because in packet tracer, you can give description, but you can't run this command, show interface description. And in real world, this command is very, very important because most of our internet connections, suppose you can see there is some connection here, E02. For testing, I can say here description, this is Airtel link 50 Mbps like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so now if you see my internet is working or not, you can directly go to show interface description and directly you will able to see, okay, my Airtel link is up or not. Can you see that, guys? Clear? And this is most important command, trust me, when it comes to basic troubleshooting of a network. So troubleshooting क्या है? Troubleshooting means the right approach to identify the problem in a certain time. Right? कि कितने कौन सा तरीका आप यूज कर रहे हो इशू को सॉल्व करने के लिए. If you know some basic commands, if you know how to check this properly, because mostly people what they are doing, okay, they check, okay, first of all, show IP interface brief. Can you tell me with this command that which interface is going in which direction? Right? You can't test it. Even there are CDP or some kind of tools which I'll explain you later on. Okay. So as of now, it is not required here, but a lot of devices are connected here. I'll discuss later on. 35 devices are connected. I don't know why it is showing me, because this is this lab is actually connected to our office network, and there are a lot of IP phones we have in office, and that's why it is showing me some GXP 1615. They are basically the phones. Okay, so we'll discuss later on what is CDP and all. Okay, so we now tell me if a router has both the networks. If you see the routing table, okay, so ignore the first route. Okay, because that actually my internet is connected. That's why it is showing you that. Okay, but if you see show IP route connected, so right now how many networks you guys see here? Or you can say here show IP route. Okay, I want to only see the lines with C, because C means directly connected. So you can say include C. I only want to see the lines with the C. C means directly connected. कि मेरे राउटर के मुझे सिर्फ वो लाइनें दिखाओ जिसमें C आता है. And C means directly connected. I only want to display the lines with the C. C means directly connected. And how many networks you have? 1, 2, 3. And I have not configured this E02. How I got this network? Okay, so actually, I don't know, because it is a getting from DHCP. Can you see that DHCP? Because this router is getting IP address directly from here, and this in this lab, whenever you see this type of cloud, so basically this is my office router connectivity. This is the networking's office router, and this office router is giving this router as a IP address with the DHCP. So what I did here, okay, I'll go to E02. I say IP address. I will not give IP here. I will say IP address DHCP. Okay, DHCP is a protocol which gives automatically IP. ठीक है? तो DHCP से आपको automatically IP मिलता है. So you give IP address. So if you do not understand what I'm saying right now, so you can just ignore this no IP address DHCP. Okay, you remove the IP. That's it. Okay, because else you will be confused. Because I'm not doing any configuration today here, because else you will be confused. So if I say show IP route include C, so it is showing you the two LAN networks 1.0 and 2.0. Yes, दो नेटवर्क दिख रहे हैं अपने को, है ना? So we are able to see 1.0, 2.0, and now there is a Windows server here. I think I need to configure it again. I'll go to, I just hold on. So you can just see, guys, ये lab कितना छोटा लग रहा है देखने में. Okay, so looks like it's a basic lab, right? You must be thinking it's a basic lab. Okay, but I'm just showing you like one window machine is taking 4 GB RAM, 4 GB, and this Windows server is actually taking 8 GB of RAM. Okay, to make this lab available for most of our candidates. So you can see how much RAM it is utilizing. 4, 8, 16 plus 2 GB router is taking. So to run this lab, okay, effectively, okay, so you need 18 GB of RAM in your laptop. ठीक है, क्योंकि ये विंडो सर्वर है ना, नहीं तो आप लाइनेक्स मशीन लगा सकते हो. लाइनेक्स मशीन इज टेकिंग less than 1 GB. So if you use all Linux machines here, then you will be able to do the lab in less than 8 GB. Okay, but it's okay. We have resources, so why to not use, right? So now this is the Windows server. Okay, because most of you have taken maybe Windows server courses also. Okay, and maybe you are learning Active Directories, a lot of things. Okay, if you have taken, okay. And so Control Alt Delete. Now, because Control Alt Delete is difficult for us to click Control Alt Delete. So what we have to do, Control Alt Shift again, the same button from where we copy paste, Control Alt Shift. And if you scroll down, then you see on screen keyboard. Can you see that? दिख रहा है सभी को? भाई इतना मजा आ रहा है लैब में यार, तुम सुस्त बैठे हो, वो भी 1 जैन को. Okay, on screen keyboard. Okay, and now you click here, Control Alt and Delete. And now we are going to get the pop-up. Okay, the same password what you have to enter. Okay, now refresh from here, because on-screen keyboard is used only to get this option. Okay, ये password prompt होना चाहिए. To get the password prompt, we did Control Alt Shift, and then I took the on-screen keyboard. Then I press Control Alt Delete. I got the password prompt test123, and now are you guys ready to start the web services? Okay, so we are going to enable the HTTP today. Okay, so I'll show you. Okay, so this is my Windows server. If you know about Windows server, that's fine. Okay, but we are going to give IP first to this machine. Okay, so Windows server ka IP kya hai bhai? So we have to give 192.168.2.3. Okay, so the same thing you do in the what we call. Okay, Windows server is same like Windows machine only. Okay, but it has multiple services. You can make the device ncpa.cpl. I love this shortcut. Okay, so just enter. Even with 8 GB RAM, it is little slow. Okay, so the password IP properties. Okay, 192.168.2.2 na? Okay, so we have given this, and now so inside this, like we can like you go to this, right? So you can see there are server manager option. Okay, click yes here. Okay, so this is my server manager. Okay, and there is a file and storage services. Okay, a lot of things are there. यार आधा तो मुझे भी नहीं आता ये. ठीक है. Okay, what I do here, I'll go to this services. I'll go to services. Okay, there is another way to go. Like I remember the shortcut. It was appwiz.cpl. Okay, to go to basically your program and features. Okay, appwiz.cpl. Okay, you go to this and turn Windows feature on and off. Basically, what I'm doing here, I'm going to enable this device as my web server. Okay. तो मैं इसका web server on कर रहा हूँ. Yeah, so you can see there is a prompt here, add roles and features. Go to next. Yeah, next. Okay, so now you can see we can make Windows server as Active Directory server. We can make this route server as a DHCP server, DNS server. We can do also like we can enable web server. Okay, suppose if you want to activate websites and all, you can make this device as a Windows what we call web server also. So I enable IIS, which is basically Internet Information Service something web server. Okay, now next. Okay, so by default, जाने दो सब. Okay, install. Okay, it is going to take little time. Okay, before we do that, we can test basic ping. We can go to window machine and try to ping the server, which is in my another network ping 192.168.2.2. Oh, guys, we are connected to server already, right? 2.2 से हम पहले से ही. So you can see I'm getting a ping reply from 2.2. And what we can test here, we can test a remote desktop also. Okay, we can take the control of that server directly from here, remote desktop. Okay, what is the IP? 192.168.2.2. Okay, so we can see what is the username of that server. I think it's administrator. Admin is traitor. Okay, and the password is test123, right? Okay, so now from this machine, I'm going inside the server RDP. I'm doing RDP. RDP बोलते हैं इसको. What is the port number of RDP? I think it's 3389 something. I forgot, but I think. Okay, can you see that? Yes. I can access my Windows server directly from the PC. Means you can do a lot of testing because in the real world, these are basic things you may have to test again and again as an IT engineer or network engineer. Okay. So we got the everything, like we have tested the RDP session, and this RDP basically is to get the access of any device, and that RDP you can make your Windows Pro edition also as a web, what we call RDP server. Okay, but not Windows Home. Windows Home में नहीं बनता है. Okay, you can't make your Windows Home as a what we call. I think this machine, I don't know which operating system is this. I think this is also Pro. कौन सा है? Ultimate है, पता नहीं होगा नहीं होगा. You can make RDP in this machine also. I think I'm not sure. You can test. Okay, but everything is working fine. If you go to my server, again that window gone. So we have to. So what I'm basically testing, I'm testing if web server is working or not. So I'll open Google Chrome because server is taking little time to open. But if I test here 192.168.2.2, okay, so can you see web page is working fine also? दिख रहा है 2.2 पे पूरा वेबसाइट खुल गया ना, यहाँ पे वेलकम वेलकम आ रहा है यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ, right? It means your web server is also working. If you know coding everything, you can set up web server inside the Windows server also. Most of the websites in the market today are on Linux servers, but many companies are still using Windows machines also, because आपने सुना होगा ना .NET एक language होती है. I'm sure you heard about .NET and all, right? So .NET, you create applications in .NET on Windows platform mostly. Okay, so there is a use of that kind of category. Okay, so we got the connectivity. Okay, so anybody has a doubt, you guys can ask me. Anybody has a doubt? Okay, so it's Murugesh. Turn on your camera and raise hand. Yes, Murugesh. What's your doubt? Speak up. आपको भी अनम्यूट करना है उधर से ना.
हेलो.
या मुरुगेश, टेल मी.
हाँ सर, जब हम आईपी राउट शो आईपी राउट जो कमांड है वो रन करते हैं, तो उसके अंदर O फॉर OSPF, C फॉर कनेक्टेड और L फॉर लोकल आता है, राइट।
या
तो L के अंदर /32 जो आता है वो क्यों आता है?
ओके
बिकॉज हमने जो आईपी दिया होता है वो तो /24 के हिसाब से ही दिया
हाँ
होता
हाँ
है सबनेट मास्क को।
got it. So guys, he is asking why this L is showing you 32 because we have given /24, but why the router is showing you 32? So basically in networking, /32 is called host IP addresses. Okay. So in IT networking, /32 is also known as host routes, or you can say single IPs are denoted as, okay, single IPs are called /32. Okay, that's why it is showing you /32. Don't get confused. Okay, so
Okay.
so L means your IP addresses. So whatever IPs you have given, okay, whatever IPs you have given 1.1, 2.1, the same IPs it is showing you 1.1 here, 2.1 here, right? Even if you
Okay.
check, if you want to see what slash value or what subnet mask you have given, there is one more good command, show running config. But if you say show running config, it will show you everything about route, right? Because this is the current configuration of your router. And what is the command? Show running dash config. Okay. It will show you everything, right? You have to keep saying press space bar like that. Okay. But if you only want to see 𝐊𝐳0, so you can say show running config interface 𝐊𝐳0, because I only want to see the configuration of 𝐊𝐳0. This command is also good because I only want to see the 𝐊𝐳0 config. So can you see that this interface belongs to HR team? The IP address is 192.168.1.1 /255.255.0.0 like that. And if I want to see for 𝐊𝐳1, I can simply say show running config interface 𝐊𝐳/1. Clear everyone? Yeah. So, and even L is showing you 32, but you can still see here it is /24. Okay. Don't get confused. That is just showing you that IP belong to your device. That's it. L means local IP to the device. That's it. Okay. Any other doubts? I can't see anyone raising hand. Okay. Yes, F.
So every IP is already automatically L बना देता है क्या उसको?
Huh, in the latest Cisco softwares, na, because what we are using here, if you see show version, okay, this is the command to check the operating system that a device is working on with software. So if you see show version, so it is already on the latest 15.4, latest is 15.9, 16 version also. So 15 version is still considered as a latest. So whenever you see the latest version here, like 15, 16, like that, so it means it is going to show you the advanced, like little more advanced things. Like this L came, like if you go to old kind of iOS images, it will not show you L. Because remember we have taken 2800 series router in packet tracer. एक 2800 series लिया था ना? In 2800 series, it will never show you L. Okay. So it is only in the latest operating system of Cisco, where Cisco is saying L means local IPs to the device. You do not have to run this command anymore, because earlier we used to run show IP interface brief and then we see IPs here. Directly these things you can directly see from here. 1.1 IP on 𝐊𝐳0 and 2.1 IP I have given to 𝐊𝐳1. That's it. Okay, great. Yeah, Prashant Kumar, you have any doubt?
सर एक्चुअली ये मैक में ऑप्शन, ये अल्ट का ऑप्शन कैसा आएगा जब विंडो को अनलॉक करने के लिए?
कंट्रोल शिफ्ट कमांड,
कंट्रोल शिफ्ट
कमांड बटन है ना स्पेस के आगे वाला.
यस 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 यस,
हाँ
दैट इज वर्क फ्रॉम अल्ट.
हाँ, कंट्रोल ऑल्ट शिफ्ट, कंट्रोल ऑल्ट की जगह होता है कमांड ना.
ओके.
हाँ. यस ऋषभ. स्नूप
सर
डॉग.
हाय.
हाय.
मेरा डाउट ये था सर कि मैं एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम कर रहा हूँ एंड there are multiple router and switches which we are able to log in by different IPs. Like we know that एक IP provide करते हैं ना एक particular device को, but there are n number of IPs and I'm logging it and I am means routing towards same router only. तो एक राउटर को कितना आईपीस दिया जा सकता है, या मतलब मैनेजमेंट आईपी क्या होता है, थोड़ा सा ये बता दीजिए.
ओके ओके, गॉट इट. ठीक है, आई विल कवर योर क्वेश्चन. राजीव, एनी डाउट?
हेलो सर.
या राजीव
सर, जैसे अभी हमने आरडीपी डिस्कस किया, सपोज हमें अगर मल्टीपल सर्वर का आरडीपी लॉगिन करना है तो क्या हम 1 बाय 1 लॉगिन करेंगे या
यार सी, आई कांट टेल यू बिकॉज आई एम नॉट फ्रॉम दैट बैकग्राउंड सर्वर साइड के, बट नॉर्मली आरडीपी मैंने तो ऐसे ही देखा है. मे बी देयर आर सम एप्लीकेशंस वेयर यू कैन डू मल्टीपल सेशंस, but this is what I know about RDP. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So RDP is not a network configuration. It is a work of system engineers. Okay. The people who do active directories and all, MCSA वाले लोग, तो उनको ये ज्यादा पता होगा. But according to me, whatever RDP we have done as a network engineer, we do manually 1 by 1.
नो सपोज अगर मान लीजिए सर विशाल मेगा मार्ट जो अपने कम वो है, अगर वो पूरे अक्रॉस द इंडिया है, अगर हम बैठे अपने वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर रहे हैं, यहाँ से आरडीपी में उसके राउटर से उसको लॉगिन कर रहे हैं, तो हम 1 बाय 1 लॉगिन तो नहीं कर रहे हैं ना हमारे लिए तो.
Okay, okay. So basically RDP is a different thing, and telnet, what you are saying, like when you log in into router and switches, that is like you are doing telnet. Okay. So I'll cover a few things about telnet. I think you are relating. Yeah, Kasha. Yeah.
Sir, I asked you other day as well, sir, what is the meaning of the first line, sir? That is variably subnetted to subnet to masks. The first line, sir.
Okay, okay.
इसका मतलब क्या है, sir? Please, thank you.
Okay. So this 1.0 is variably subnetted to subnet. Basically, in my routing table, the router is showing me two networks and both belongs to 1.0. Okay, because 1.0 is your network ID, which is called home address of all the IPs. And 1.1 IP is your interface IP, what we have given on E00. So now router is thinking they are two different networks. Okay, but actually they are from one network. That's why it is showing you 1.0 is subnetted and it is showing you two subnets. But actually there is no subnetting we have done here. But just router is saying you that there are two parts, there are two child under one parent. It is like that. Okay. So, so when we are doing the second practical, what is related to subnetting, I'll show you in that also. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go further, guys. I think everything is working fine in this lab, so we can close from here. Okay, whenever you complete the lab, okay, if you want to save the configuration, you can say write, enter. Okay, and rest computers may save nahi hota hai. Okay, normally in computers we do not save. Okay, so once you complete the lab, you go to more actions, stop all devices, because if you do not stop the devices, okay, you cannot close the lab. Okay, so stop all devices. So when you see all the devices are now gray, okay, now you can able to close the lab from here. And when you close the lab, you are again back to your home page. Okay, so now we will go to the second practical, and then we will go to some another practical which we will do static routing. So we have to do more two practicals today. Okay, open. Okay, now in this lab, this is the same lab. Okay, but where we are going to do the subnetting. I will also explain subnetting again, don't worry. Okay, so now we have one network by default. Okay, so we have one network here. Okay, let me create a configuration for you as well, because I remember this is the same things we have done. Okay, so this is your first lab configuration. Okay, so let's start second practical. Okay, so this is like second practical in terms of this lab. Okay, already we have done these labs, but it's like a revision for you. Okay, so now Also, by this week, whatever labs we are doing, I want everyone to be perfect in this lab because I'm sending an assignment which you have to submit by Saturday. Maybe it is a packet tracer lab or something like that. Okay. You need to submit the same packet tracer. Okay. Yes, F. Are you saying something? Okay. Okay.
No, I was just saying okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay, second practical. So let's rock, guys. So we have a network 192.168.1.0. Okay. Now we want to divide this network into two parts. Okay. So for that, I need to connect my what we call. Just give me 1 second. I'll connect my tablet. Okay. Okay, so those. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go to. Okay, so अभी हम lab करने से पहले we'll be going to see the subnetting part, how to divide our network, and then we will do a lab also. Okay. So I hope you guys can see my screen. Yeah. दिख रहा है? ठीक है. तुम्हारी शक्लें इधर कर देते हैं राइट साइड में. Okay, so we got a network, guys. Okay, let's see how to divide a network and then do a practical. Okay, this is the network we have 192.168.1.0/24. And if you remember, like in class A, how many network bits we have? 3, 1 network part and 3 host part. In class B, we have 2 network part, 1 host part. Remember? Yaad aa raha hai? In class C, we have 3 network part and 1 host part, right? So this is why slash class A is called /8, class B is called 16, and class C is always called 24, right? So the best part of these classes are like you will never feel like I'm forgetting everything because I always try to make you revise. Okay. But you have to do oftenly yourself also. Okay. So now tell me in class C, right now, how many network bits you have? 24. And how many host bits we have? Because always remember IP address is total 32-bit. Okay. So if you have 24 network bits, the remaining host bits are your 8 is your host bits, right? Remember, clear everyone? So now I want to create a network where I divide this network into two parts, one part on the left side, one part on the right side. So how many networks we want to make here? 1 and 2. तो मुझे 2 नेटवर्क बनाने हैं यहाँ पे. Okay. So if I want to make 2 networks, so tell me what is the power of 2 to the power of 0 is 1 always. Okay, this is math. I can't tell you why. Okay, that you can check from Aryabhatta books, right? So 2 the power of 1 is 2. Okay, and 2 the power of 2 is 4. Okay, now this is a little tricky. You have to do reverse engineering. Okay, last time I told you like, okay, I need 50 computers, remember? So last time, if I want to make this left side 50 computers and this side 50, okay, then what we'd have to see, okay, 2 the power of 5 is 32, 2 the power of 6 is 64, right? So 50 computers, for 50 computers, I will take the power of 6. This is what we did, right? But my question is different today. Okay, because I do not want you to get feeling of you are repeating the same things again and again. So my question is a little different today here. I want to create 2 networks. Whatever IP addresses we will get, I am fine with that. ओके मुझे कितने भी आईपी मिले, मुझे उससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है. बट माय क्वेश्चन इज दैट आई वांट टू डिवाइड माय नेटवर्क इनटू टू पार्ट्स equally. Okay, so now tell me how many parts you want. 2. And what is the power of, to get the 2 number, what is the power value here? 1. So it means I need one extra bit here. Okay, so because I want to divide this network into 2 parts. If you want to divide this network into 4 parts, then you will take 2 to the power of 2, you will plus 2 here. Clear everyone? जितने नेटवर्क आपको चाहिए, suppose you want to divide this network into 8 parts and 2 to the power of 3, so you need to take the power and this 3 will be added here. Very simple. Okay, so in my topology, how many networks I want to create? I want to create 4 networks or 2. I want to create 2, and 2 comes when the power of 2 is 1. So I need that 1 should be added in my network bits. And trust me, when you need to understand in this way that if you are doing a plus here, automatically you will have minus this side, right? So 24 plus 1 is 25 and 8 minus 1 is 7, right? So now tell me what is the 2 to the power of 7 is what? 128. So this 128 is your what? Block size. Okay, matlab kya hai? So we are going to get like multiple blocks here. Okay, an IP address will start from 192.168.1. Okay, we will write here outside 192.168.1 and we'll start from 0. And the second block will start from where? 128. Okay, these are the 2 blocks, and block will always complete by 255 because the maximum length a block can go is up to 255. And before 128, what number you have? 127. So 0 to 127 is your first block, and 128 to 255 is your second block. Clear? Simple subnetting. इससे आसान तो क्या होगा यार, है ना? So we got like, we will give any IP address from this block to this router, this interface. So what IP I can take? Can I take 0? No, because this is the network ID. So I can give IP after 192.168.1.1. So I will assign here 192.168.1.1. Okay. And from this side, 128 we cannot take because that's the first IP. So we will take 129. So we can give here 192.168.1.129. Okay. And remember, we have to give /25. Okay. So 25 का subnet mask क्या आएगा? What will be the subnet mask for 25? Okay. Remember, whenever you add extra 1 bit, 128. Whenever we add 2 extra bits, 192. 3 bits, 224. Please watch my subnetting video, the last class we have taken. 4 is 240. Okay, 5 pe 248. 6 is 252. 7 is 254. Right? So how to make 25? 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 1. Right? So 8, what 8 means in subnetting? 255. 255. 255. And this 1 means 128. So this will be my subnet mask for 25. Clear everyone? Okay. देखो बड़ा easy था. So we got this network 192.168.1.0/24. Network bits is 24. Host bits is 8 by default. And I want to divide this network into 2 parts. So remember, 2 to the power of 2. So 2 to the power of 1 is 2. So this means I need 1 extra bit. So this bit I add here. Okay. And this bit what I have added here, I have to minus here because I need to make a balance of 32 bit. 25 plus 7 is 32. 2 to the power of 7 is 128. Okay. This is my block size. I will start the block. I'll start from 0. There is a gap of 128. It will go till 255. Before 128, you have 127. And these are your 2 blocks. And /25 means 255, 255, 255, 128. Right? It's so simple. Right? So let's come back to the lab. देखो, जब तक आप सबनेटिंग के साथ प्रैक्टिकल नहीं करोगे तब तक वो सबनेटिंग की फीलिंग ही नहीं आएगी. ओके, यू हैव टू रिमेंबर व्हेनेवर यू डू सबनेटिंग, you need to do some practical out of it. Then only you will understand subnetting properly. Because if you keep doing subnetting on your notebooks, you will not understand subnetting, right? You have to do subnetting, do the practical of the same lab, and then you will be rocking star. हरिओम. मेरा क्या बोलूं मैं तुझे, छोड़ अभी. So we will click here start. Okay, the same router, but this time to make my lab more efficient, I'm using some Linux based PCs here, because sometimes in our labs we are using Windows machines, sometimes we are using some Linux based machines also. Okay, so we will turn on these devices. So you can turn on all the devices, go to more action, start all nodes. Okay, we can start all the devices directly from here also. Okay, so remember, in the left side we have 1.1 network. Okay, and we have 1.2, 1.3 here, so we can give here 1.129. Okay, so the same thing, we will go to the router. Okay, so this is the router. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll again open all the windows in the tab R1. Okay, so I'll take 2 PCs because I am not going to configure all 4. Okay, one device is okay from both the networks. Okay, so I'll take VPC2. This is VPC2 and VPC4. Okay, because that's enough for my testing. Because ultimately this lab I'm doing so that you guys can understand the subnetting part. Okay, so no, the same practical like first practical. Okay, but in this lab we are dividing our network into 2 parts, and I want to show you one more important thing here. Okay, so if you go to router config T hostname R1, okay, see, this thing is very important. Please see, if I give E00 without subnetting, if I give IP like 192.168.1.1, okay, without a subnet mask, okay, means without a /25, if I give /24, and if I say no shutdown, and if I go to E01 and try to give IP of the same network, which is 129, okay, 129 and either, you can see on the left side, this is 129, and if I try to give, the router is giving me error. Please see the error, 1.0 overlaps with E00. So what does it mean? You have not done subnetting, and when you do not have subnetted, when there are no different networks, you can't use router. समझ आ रहा है? तो दोनों नेटवर्क अभी सेम है. Both the networks are same, and router is a device to configure different networks, not a same networks. है ना? Yes. So what I'll do here, I have to remove these IPs. So I'll go to E00. I will remove the IP by command no IP address. Okay. So I'll give the correct one, E00 IP address 192.168.1.1, 255.255.255.128. No shutdown. Okay. And E01 IP address 192.168.1.129. 255.255.255.128. Can you see that, guys? Now router is not giving me error, because now router also understand these are 2 different networks, and I am getting no shutdown. And when I give this IP, show IP route include C. Okay, can you see both the networks are 1.0/25 on E00 interface, and 1.128 is on E01. These are the network IDs of my router. And if you directly see routing table, so you can see this whole network is variably subnetted into 4 subnet. Okay, and 2 mask. We have to see 2 mask here, which means 1.0, okay, and 1.128.25. Because L means your local IPs to the device. So it means one network we divided and we subnetted into 2 parts, And now 2 LAN networks are using one single subnet. Clear everyone? समझ आया सभी को? Okay, turn on your cameras and raise hand. How many of you understand? Then I'll mark your attendance. देखो अब सबके कैमरे ऑन होंगे. Okay. So remember 80% attendance will give you a Juniper course at the end of the course. Remember? नहीं लेना तो ना लेना, मत आओ क्लास में. Okay. And all the classes are recorded, and we will also see how many people turn on their cameras, and we will give them special goodies. Great. Just hold on. I don't. Okay, so just video settings. I think 49. ठीक है. कितने लोग पढ़ रहे हैं यार? 2023 मुझे लग रहा है इंडिया के लिए बहुत खतरनाक होने वाला है. मतलब फाड़ू इंजीनियर्स निकलने वाले हैं अपने इंडिया से. And outside India also, those who are learning. Great. Okay, so we got the practical, and let's go for a break, guys. 5 minutes break. Okay, so that you can fresh yourself and come back. Okay, I'm back, guys. So I'm sure you guys are also back. Okay, so so this lab is also done. We will just test the ping, okay? Because these are Linux based devices. So how to test the ping? Let me show you. Okay, so this is VPC2. Okay, so how to give IP to Linux machine? Just type YP 192.168.1.2/25 and then give the gateway IP 192.168.1.1. That's it. Okay, this is a CLI based Linux machine. Okay, so you can see we have set the IP and now you can say show. It will show you IP and now you can ping the gateway. These are called virtual PCs. Okay, now you can see I'm able to ping 1.1. Right, so you can now go to VPC4, which is in my another network. And here I have to give IP 192.168.1.130/25 and the gateway is 192.168.1.129. Okay. Also, we will be going to ping the gateway IP ping 192.168.1.129. So both the machines are pinging their gateways. Now we will ping from end to end, means VPC2 to VPC4 from 1.2 to 1.30. Okay. So ping 192.168.1.130. So we got the reachability and this network is also successful. Okay. Okay. So now, okay. So now this practical is also completed. Now go to third practical because आज तो भैया practical पे practical करेंगे हम. Okay, so in this lab, I would say go to this lab, which is static, related to static lab. Okay, I'm sure we have here static routing. Yeah. Okay, we have two routers here. And there is a lab here, static routing. Okay, now scroll down and open this lab. So now this is another lab we have. And what we have to test here, like we need to test the reachability in this. Okay, this is Windows machine, this is Linux machine here. And there are two networks, two routers. And we need to make sure the first Windows machine can talk to the Linux machine. Okay. So are you guys ready for the third practical today, static routing? Yeah. Great. Any doubts in the chat, sir, for doing the lab where we can find the workbook? Virender, I am showing you every step, right? So workbook is like you are attending live classes, right? Not like whatever commands I'm doing here. Okay. So I'll be giving this notepad file with you so that you guys can keep it handy. Okay. And do the same configuration. Okay. I have not added the second practical, but in the second practical, everything was similar. Just what we did here, we did here 1.1/128. Okay. And in the second side, we have given 1.129. That's it. And computers में IP तो आप दे ही लोगे, right? Yeah. Okay. So now we will be giving third step, third lab, third practical. Okay. In this lab, so we will turn on the devices. We'll go to this section, more actions, start all nodes. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. So we'll go to okay. So I'll go to router 1. Okay, so this is the first device, router 1. And there is another device, router 2. I'll be going to move this to router 2 section. And there is a Windows machine here. And I hopefully this Linux machine will work also. Okay, so this Linux machine is also working little different. Okay. Okay, so what we have to do here, we will give IPs first. Okay, we'll go to router 1. Okay, because this is my first device. Okay, then we'll go to router 2. Okay, so what I recommend you, we will do the configuration in the notepad directly. Okay, so we will go to router 1 and say enable. Right, so first command in the router 1 is enable. After that, we say configure terminal. Okay, then you give the device name, host name R1. And there is an interface here, FA00. Okay, here we can give any IP. Okay, because in the lab, you can see I have not I have not written here router IP. I have just entered here subnet, what we call just enter the subnet, right? So what I can do here, you can give any IP. I would recommend you to give the first IP address of the network. तो आप कोई भी पहली IP दे सकते हो. Okay, so normally we use the first IP as the gateway IP and then subnet mask. And all my ports are shut down, so we have to give no shutdown. And there is another interface which is FA01. Okay, and then I can say interface FA01 IP address 200.1.1.1. And then we have subnet mask, no shutdown, right? All good, guys, right? It's simple configuration. And whenever you do complete your configuration, then like you can use the write command also. Okay, so this is the configuration of my router 1, and the same configuration I'm going to do for router 2. Okay, so I copy paste router 1 config and just I am going to do the changes. Router 2 hai yahan pe. Okay, host name is R2 and FA00 is 200.1.1.2 and FA01 is 192.168.11.1. Okay, so this is how you just do not waste your time. Just do the same configuration, change the port number or change the IP. That's it. And the second router is also ready. Okay, both the routers are ready. Okay, now we will copy paste from here, enable till right, copy. Okay, we'll go to router 1. Okay, so I'll say Control Alt Shift. Okay, then there is a text input and then copy paste the first configuration here. So you can see configuration is going well. Okay, only the write command is not working because this write command work on privilege mode. So to go to privilege mode, you have to say end and then you can give a write command. Okay, privilege mode pe hi write command chalti hai. Okay, so we'll go to router 2 configuration now. We'll go to router 2. Okay, copy. Okay, text input. Okay, thoda sa padhna padega, don't worry. So this is like I have taken 8 hours classes today. So my day was highly productive today. 8 घंटे पढ़ाया मैंने आज. So और तुम 2 घंटे में सो रहे हो. Okay, so now the configuration is ready, guys. Okay. So now we will do one thing. We will give IP to this window machine. Okay, so what is the password here? You remember test 123. है ना? Same password what we used in the first lab. Test 123. And we go to this machine ncpa.cpl. Okay, we go to this LAN network. We will give IP here. Hopefully that IP is given. No. So we have now IPs 192.168.1.2, 192.168.1.1. Okay, so labs are easy. Just you need to. Okay, so in Linux machine, like there are two ways to give IPs, right? One, you can go to this control panel, go to this network section and give IP address here. Normally, it's a basic Linux machine. I don't know which Linux is this. Okay, I don't know. It's a tiny Linux or something. Okay, or maybe you can search here, assign IP. Okay, so which Linux? Let me show you. Okay. ये कौन सा Linux है मैं देख रहा हूँ बस. So this is a Linux tiny core something. I don't know why. Okay, this is not a Red Hat Linux, but assign IP Linux. Okay, most of the Linux are same, but if you just want to, because why we are adding Linux machines and all, because so that like you guys can try something always new things. Okay, so आप यहाँ से देख सकते हो कि this is how you give IP addresses. Okay, so you go to this interface and then give IP like that. Okay, or maybe you go to this. So there are few commands here. ये तरीका वैसे सही नहीं है. if config वाला अच्छा था. Okay, so I think this is Linux. Okay, create interface. ये कुछ अलग तरीके से बताया हुआ है इसमें. Okay, this is another way to configure directly the Ethernet SH file. Okay, this is not okay. I think if config parameter is okay. देखो हर Linux में ना थोड़ा there are a lot of flavors like Debian and all. Okay, so इसमें सबने ऐसे ही बताया हुआ है. Okay, maybe this tiny core is not supporting the proper terminal because ये ना if config. Okay, if config Ethernet/0. Okay, so you can not see any IP here. So okay, maybe I can send you some document where you can use a CLI access also. Okay, but currently what we can do here, we will use GUI, go to network. Okay, and what IP we have to give here 11.2. Okay, 192.168.11.2. Subnet mask is okay. Gateway is 11.1. Okay, 11.1. Apply. Okay, and you can test in the terminal. You can test in the terminal by typing if ipconfig, and in Linux it's if config. Okay, so you can see we have given IP to 11.2. Gateway is given also. Okay, broadcast IP is also given. So that's fine. So now if you try to ping from Windows machine to Linux machine, it will not ping. Okay, because the router is going to give you error. So if you try to ping 192.168.2.11.2, 11.2 is the Linux machine IP. Okay, so when you try to ping 11.2, the router is giving you warning reply destination host unreachable, and which device is giving you reply 1.1. Okay, because if you go to router 1 and if you see this router 1 routing table, show IP route, the router is saying, I don't know where is 192.168.11.1.0. Basically, what will happen? Your packet will go in this way. So, सबसे पहले आपका packet जाएगा. Okay, your packet will go to Okay, so this will send packet to router 1. Okay, and router 1 is not forwarding packet to router 2 because router 1 के पास रास्ता ही नहीं है. So that's why your packet will come back to Windows machine by saying, I don't know. This is called unreachable error. Okay, this is called ICMP unreachable message that I don't know where is the path. That's what you are getting here. आपका router कह रहा है 1.1 is saying destination host unreachable. So this is a practical of static routing. So what we will see here, there is 11.1 network. So what is the network ID? Because router only exchange network IDs with each other. Router हमेशा अपनी network IDs exchange करते हैं. Router exchange network IDs. So we will go to configure terminal and we will say IP route. I want to add one network. What I do not have. Which network I do not have in router 1? I do not have 192.168.11.0. Okay, so I do not have 11.0 network, and this is the subnet mask. And from which direction this network is coming to me? From which direction this network is coming in? From router 2 to router 1. In this direction we are getting the network. And who is sending me this information? 200.1.1.1.2. So it means we have to add the next hop address, and the next hop address is your neighbor address, and the neighbor IP is 200.1.1.2 because this is the neighbor who is forwarding that details to me. Okay, so we just now added a static route. Okay, so we just added a static route, and remember just to one thing more. Whenever we add a static route, the by default AD value, there is a value here. You can see whenever we add a static route, it is showing you that it has a value 1. Okay, this is called AD value. Okay, so 1, or you can change to 5, 10, 15 also. Okay, so if you want to change, you just type the command, and after that you can just put a number like 10. Okay, if you put as 10, and you can give a name to this static route also, that this static route is for my R2 link. Okay, this is what we do in the industry. We always give the static routes with some names so that in future, like when you see, okay, first thing, 10 number is going to change the AD value to 10. Okay, तो पहले तो static route का यहाँ पे मैंने AD value change कर दिया. Okay, first I change the AD value by going to this command. Okay, this is my network ID. This is my subnet mask. This is my neighbor IP from where I'm getting the information. This 10 number is my AD value. Okay, and okay, and also there is a name R2 link, because when you are going to see your running config in future. Okay, so maybe you are going to see your running config. Okay, so maybe in running config, you guys are able to see, okay, this static route, oh, this is for R2 link. Okay, मतलब ये future reference के लिए, for future reference, this is good. You will be able to understand your configuration in future that, okay, this static route is for my router 2 link. Okay, so that's the thing. So we added a static route, and now what will happen? Your packet is going to forward further to router 2. Okay, so what will happen now? Now your router, you forwarding packet to router 1. Now router 1 will forward packet to router 2, and router 2 already know where is Linux machine. Okay, but when the packet is coming back, because ping, we are doing ping, and ping means you will get reply. So when Linux PC is replying you, so this Linux PC say, now I want to go back to 1.2. Because this Linux machine will send packet to which machine now? 1.2. And now router 2 is going to check where is 1.2 in my table. Okay, so if you go to router 2, okay, if you go to router 2 routing table, now router 2 do not know about reverse entry, reverse path. वापस जाने का रास्ता नहीं पता है. Router 2 does not know the reverse path to 192.168.1.0. So I'll say config t IP route 192.168.1.0 subnet mask. Okay, and here what I'll be adding here, it's not mandatory to add next hop address. It's not mandatory to add the neighbor address. If you don't know the neighbor address, because router 2 neighbor is 200.1.1.1, because we are getting this 1.0 from router 1. Okay, if you don't know the neighbor address, we can use our interface name FA00, but this is not recommended. This is not a good way, because we can add in some of books of CCNA, it is written we can give our next hop. हम अपना next hop interface दे सकते हैं, but this is going to create a lot of problem in the network. It will create what we call it will send a lot of ARP broadcast, बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. Okay, so what I recommend you, do not use the interface method. Okay, just go with the next hop address 200.1.1.1. Okay, because in books it is written next hop address, what we call, you can give your interface name or you can give your neighbor address, but I would recommend you to give the neighbor address. So now we have entered the reverse path. Okay, so now the packet will be able to forward back to router 1, and router 1 can forward back packet to the Windows machine. Okay, now let's test if my lab is working fine. So we will go to this Windows machine and try to ping 11.2 now. Okay, let's see if I am getting a reply from 11.2. Okay, guys, we got the ping replies. You can check any book here. In many of the books in static routing, there is the thing. Okay, so we got the ping reply. Okay. Yeah, proxy ARP, correct. Okay, so thanks, Fadi. Okay, so we got the ping reply, guys, and finally we did a lab of static routing. So any questions do you guys have, or how? I'm sure that you are more confident in your last 3-4 labs now, right? Because we have not learned anything new today, but whatever we have done in the past, just I added all those 3-4 labs together in the networking slab, right? So anybody has a doubt, you guys can raise hand or you can ask. Yeah. AD value we'll discuss. AD value is like the higher AD value, the lower the trust. Basically, till the time you do not learn the further practicals like OSPF, EIGRP, then you will be able to understand AD value more. Okay.
Hello,
Sir,
एक क्लास बी का आईपी एड्रेस है सर, और उसमें दिया गया है कि नंबर ऑफ सबनेट्स रिक्वायर्ड 9 और लार्जेस्ट नंबर ऑफ होस्ट इन दैट सबनेट 294 होस्ट. इसके लिए मैं क्या प्रायोरिटी दूंगा? सबनेट को प्रायोरिटी दूंगा या नंबर ऑफ होस्ट को प्रायोरिटी दूंगा, क्योंकि अगर अलग अलग दोनों का सबनेट मास्क बन रहा है.
Okay. So basically that is VLSM. Okay. So अभी आप क्या कर सकते हो? If it is asking 9 subnet, so you do not have to take 9 exactly.
Yes sir.
जरूरी नहीं है 9 लेने, 9 की जगह 16 भी ले सकते हो आप. अगर आपके पास क्लास बी है ना, so class B, in class B, like you can take 16 subnets and each subnet will give you approximately, I think 512 IPs maybe, or maybe more than that. ये निकाल के ही पता चलेगा, ऐसे एकदम से नहीं पता चलेगा. Okay, I'll take your question. Don't worry, I'll solve it. Any other question?
One more question, sir. पिंग कमांड जो काम करता है रूट टेस्ट करने के लिए, अगर अदर एंड पे फायरवॉल ऑन है तो पिंग नहीं जाएगा.
मैं समझ नहीं रहा हूँ क्या बोल रहे हो, या तो प्रॉपर हिंदी बोल लो, इंग्लिश बोलो.
पिंग कमांड हम यूज करते हैं रूट टेस्ट करने के लिए, कनेक्टिविटी टेस्ट करने के लिए. अगर अदर एंड पे कंप्यूटर पे फायरवॉल ऑन है तो पिंग तो नहीं होगा.
हाँ.
तो उस समय कैसे टेस्ट करेंगे हमारा रूट में प्रॉब्लम है या?
So आप अगर अच्छा, so you mean to say like in Windows machine, if you enable a firewall, okay, which will block your ping, then how you will test it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So then what you can do here, if you are testing, if you are trying to ping Linux machine, and if your Linux machine is suppose blocked with the ARP or what we call uh, with ping message agar aapke block hai, okay, so you can do like for the testing, like we can do such maybe we can do like telnet. Okay,
Okay.
let me show you. So what we can do here, we will use a putty software. Okay, my screen is shared. नहीं, just hold on. अच्छा अच्छा रुको, ये एक बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा है इसने वैसे. ओके, कि मान लो अगर पिंग ब्लॉक है, सपोज इफ पिंग इज ब्लॉक, देन हाउ वी विल टेस्ट if my Windows machine is working fine or like Linux. So what we can do, like in Windows machine, you already know, like we have CLI. Okay, so we will go to this putty, okay, and we will click here telnet, and we will try to telnet that device, like maybe 11.2, but I will telnet on port number 80 or HTTPS 443, okay, mostly 80. Okay, so most of the time we can do telnet, or we can test from telnet or maybe any other service. Or the another way, if you are not able to ping the Linux machine, okay, we can test, like we can do testing from here. Let me show you. Telnet. एक तो वो कंप्यूटर है ना पूरा, एक तो 80 भी टेस्ट नहीं होगा because it's overall we have to test some port maybe. Yeah, can you see that 3389 is open? दिख रहा है? Open.
Yes.
Okay, so this is how you can test. If your computer is blocked with ping and you want to test if 1.2 is working fine for me, so 3389 is basically a port number of RDP. Remote desktop का port number होता है. Because in computers there are many ports which are by default open, right? So in Windows machine, like Windows like 3389 is open. So if your ping is blocked in your company network or your Windows machine is not pinging, so you can telnet any port number which is open, like 3389, and when it is showing you open, it means you have reachability to that machine. ठीक है राजेश?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
हाँ, ठीक
Sir,
है?
Vivek here. I have a one question.
Yeah, Vivek.
Sir, in earlier practical, you just told that if some particular department internet is not working.
Can you please repeat?
Sir, in earlier practical, you just told that if some particular HR department or some particular department, its internet or something is not working, then we have to check something. Actually, sir, that time I just missed some points. So, will you just tell me exactly what we have to check in that?
I'm just to completely understand the troubleshooting, you all are complete. First of all, you need to complete the course first of all, right? Because but today in our session, what I told you, suppose behind this port FA00, behind this, these all devices, all users are from HR department. Okay, so now if they are saying their internet is not working or if something, so basically in production networks or in our routers, what we do, we put the commands, okay, like description, like this link is towards HR team. Okay, whenever in Delhi office, whenever this HR team is saying their internet is not working, then directly you can check their router. Okay, because if every team member is saying their internet is not working, you can check the descriptions. Okay, these descriptions are very helpful in the industry. You can check description in the switches, you can check description in the router, and there you will come to know, okay, this interface is actually related to my HR team, and you will be able to troubleshoot much faster than just looking at the interfaces. Because in industry, everywhere we put a remarks. So this description is a remark that this interface belongs to HR team, FH012 is going towards Mumbai. Okay, so everywhere, whenever you configure any interface, okay, जितने भी interface हम company में configure करते हैं, we will put a description commands like description. This is like Mumbai link. Okay. Okay. So with the help of description commands in the troubleshooting, you will be easily going to understand, okay, this FA01 is going to my Mumbai, and this link is going towards my HR team. This I was saying earlier. I hope now it is clear, Vivek. Yeah.
Sir, one more thing. And when you ping that, it is showing that 84 is when you ping from one host to another, it is showing earlier that now it is showing a reply from that particular host. Earlier it was showing that 84 and that some trace route are coming. Before that, so what that 84 represent, 84 byte is written.
Okay, where?
And that in that earlier ping, when you try to ping
From Windows machine?
yes, yes, from
82
window
तो
or
नहीं था,
either from
32 था.
84 is written. I did not able to copy that time. And sir, what are the ports need to be checked if ping is blocked? You told that we can check 3389.
No,
Is
no,
there
no.
any
3389 is there. Normally we, सुनो तो सही. So we can check any port. Normally we do not check, first of all, in companies, we never test one particular user. As a network engineer, we most of the time we test routers or maybe switches, right? At that time, we can use port number 80 also. We use a telnet port also, because in all the devices in the industry, we configure telnet normally or SSH. है ना? तो हम telnet कर सकते हैं, SSH कर सकते हैं. There are a lot of things, but normally from one user perspective, I can't comment, okay, which port you will check, but normally you have to check any port or any application where जो भी तुम्हारी कंपनी में यूज हो रही होगी ना सर्विस. Suppose if you are using RDP, you can test RDP. Okay. Normally, I do not feel like you are going to block the ping basically, because ping is a normal tool to test, right? So normally in companies, you will not always test user to user. You test user to application, or maybe there is application working on any server. Now you are testing that application port number. Okay. So that's the logic here. Any other question, guys? Yeah, Vinash. Yeah, Vinash.
यस सर. सर जो सेकंड प्रैक्टिकल लिया था ना, तो उसमें एक जो नेटवर्क को डिवाइड किया था 2 मास्क, और वहां पे एक दिख रहा था 4 सबनेट लिख के आ रहा था. वो सर 4 सबनेट मतलब क्या था वहां पे? 2 मास्क मतलब
4, वो 2 ही सबनेट हैं, 2 ही सबनेट हुए हैं, बट वो 4 इसलिए दिखा रहा है बिकॉज नाउअडेज द लेटेस्ट सिस्को सीरीज also show you your own IP addresses of the router. That's why it is showing you 4, but practically you also have seen that it is 2 subnet, not 4.
ओके सर. और ये सेकंड क्वेश्चन, ये जो अभी यहाँ पे दिख रहा है /24, तो ये स्लैश वहां पे था /25, तो /25 मतलब वो 25 मेरा सबनेट बोलते हैं ना उसको?
Yeah, 25 means slash, like you have 25 network bits. /24 means you have 24 network bits.
नहीं, तो जनरली मैं फिर उसको 25 सबनेट मतलब ऐसे बोलूंगा जो /25 रहेगा. एक तो सबनेट मास्क हुआ जो हम उसको मतलब डेसिमल फॉर्मेट में लिख दिए. ठीक है. तो अगर मतलब जो कोई भी आईपी रहेगा तो 25 को मैं सबनेट ही बोल दूंगा.
Slashes. Yeah. We can call this, guys. See, don't get confused. So whenever it is written 1.0/24, or even if I do not write 24, if I say 255.255.255.0, that also means 24. So both things are telling you, even /24 or either 225.550, both are telling my device, or both are showing you in this topology that in this network, my first 24 bits are network. Okay. This 255.255.250 also means the first 3 bits are my network, and 24 also means my first 3 bits are network bits. Okay. Yeah, Anjan, any doubt?
Sir, I'm fine. The only thing is, I just wanted to do the practicals, which you have shown me. It would be have good. Means if there is any kind of a workbook to follow. Or means, I'm fine. I don't have any doubt. I just need to do the practicals. That's it.
Okay, okay. So today what we have done?
Yeah, means we just took two networks and tried to communicate between
Okay,
both
so
of them.
so this is the, just hold on. Let me answer your question. Okay, so you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the notes I have already created for you. This is the first practical. Okay, this is the commands.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the same thing today we have done. This is the second practical where we did like multiple subnetted. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and the third practical we have done this one, static routing. Yeah, and today again we have done like what we call the revision of all three practicals. Okay, so what I'll do today, like I'll create another page. I will write here day one or like practical or lab 1, 2, and 3 on racks. Yeah. Okay. And after that, what I'll do here, I'll write a command. Okay. So you can see first practical command, second practical commands, and these are the third practical commands. Okay.
Okay, sir.
If you just need more information, so what I can do, I can add these screenshots as your homework. ठीक है, ये चाहिए ना तुम्हें, ये लो. ठीक है. So this is your lab 3. See, if you ask me that I need a lab guide which is already made by you, so trust me, I've already created thousands of labs. I don't know what would be best for you. So for me, whenever I take classes, whatever I teach, that is at that particular time I only create my lab guides. Suppose if I give you any lab guide, maybe like if you go see here, this is the book we have given you, right? CCNA book. This is the book I have given you, right? So if you scroll down in this lab guide, in this book also, you will see some practicals.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so there are a lot of references. Okay, so you can scroll, just keep scrolling down and we will be able to see the practical. Yeah, so these are the router information. Okay, so you can see here. Yeah, so this is the basic like how to configure, enable, config T, host name. Okay, this is the command to check RAM. This is the command to check startup configuration. Okay, and this is the same practical you can see here. So we have taken one router, two-side network, and there we connected the same things. Like we have given IP and show IP interface brief. And then you check we got one network, then you configure the second interface. Okay, then you test we got both the networks, and then you are able to ping from one device to another network, right? So you can see we are able to ping from source to destination, right? After that, like we have static routing practical, like there is a location Delhi and Mumbai, the same lab, you can see the configuration here.
Okay.
Okay, so lab.
Sir, we can create our means just following this guide, we can create our own lab in 𝐊𝐲𝐺, right, sir?
Yeah, if you want to install 𝐊𝐲𝐺 on your laptop, then.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah. Means in because your rack, I don't have the right to create any new.
Because in so in our labs, we have more than 200 plus labs for only CCNA.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you can keep scroll down. There are a lot of labs in the CCNA folder. 100 plus labs are already there. And because you have joined my CCNA CCNP, so 100, 150 labs are there in the CCNP folder also. So more than 200 plus labs are already there in this lab. But if you want to customize according to you, then maybe I can create a tutorial for you guys that how you can install 𝐊𝐲𝐺 in your machine also. But you need good RAM if you need to create your big practicals. Because see, my focus, I am teaching from last 7-8 years. What is the major issue people are facing? Because we are doing things according to the feedback of student. पिछले 7-8 साल से ना सारे बच्चे क्या कर रहे हैं? From last 7-8 years, people are wasting their time in just doing the setup of these softwares in their laptops.
Oh,
because
doesn't
their
make
main
sense.
their main focus is not on the content, but exactly getting ready for the what we call war, and they are preparing their weapons, right?
Sir,
So,
one question I have. If you click on CCNA folder,
yeah.
Now, okay, and now let's say you click on any of the practical, okay.
Yeah.
Now you have opened this practical. Just open it completely.
Okay.
So my only question is, out here I don't have the instructions that what needs to be done in this lab. Means I know that in the first 2-3 labs you have told us okay, what needs to be done, but if I open any of the labs, I don't know what is the questionnaire or what needs to be resolved. I don't know. मैं
This
आपको
is
समझा पाया कि नहीं?
हाँ, मैं समझ गया मैं आप क्या कह रहे हो. So basically this is the reason you guys are on the live classes, because there are labs. If you understand, okay, ये lab को देखते ही पता चल रहा है, there are 2 networks and there is 1 router, we need to configure it. Okay. Now you are able to understand this lab because you know the topic.
Exactly. अच्छा. Okay, you are saying that way कि जैसे जैसे टॉपिक होगा वैसे वैसे तुमको लैब समझ में आता जाएगा.
जिस दिन आपको पूरा CCNA आ जाएगा, you will be able to understand this topology. Today you can't understand this, what to do here.
Got it. Got it.
Because आपको अब देखो इसमें भी क्या करना होगा. Just see the picture. There are LAN network, switches are there. Okay, some 2 routers are there, and then further you have 2 internet connection. So basically, in every lab, as a network engineer, our end goal is reachability. हमारा एक ही गोल है. हाँ, network engineer का एक ही गोल है भाई, reachability, है ना? So now your reachable goal is to ping from this machine to the top internet connection. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and here we are creating multiple networks. Maybe this is VLAN 10, VLAN 20. So these are some advanced things. So these are the base configuration. You can pick any lab and start doing practical. So you can see there is a big lab here, okay, which you will not be able to create on your laptop. Okay, or maybe if you are able to create, but maybe you are not able to create these many Windows servers. Can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 7? Like
no, sir. Means if you have this lab, there is no point for me to create it. I just need to utilize what you have.
Yeah. So basically, whenever I take batches, okay, because see, let me show you the previous batch, because till the time you can't. Okay, so this is the previous batch nodes. Okay, so right now we are going to complete default routing and all. Okay, so we will go further with the TAC interview preparation, because I give some theory, basic theory, like we have done OSI model, we have done some subnetting. Now you got to know how to do practicals, right? So now for me, now you are already crossed your level 1. Okay, I would say you guys are now L1 engineers, kind of, for me. Okay, so now we will be going to understand theory in more detail, like what is ARP, what is a TCP, IP header, trace route, ICMP. Okay, so during this batch, okay, so then we will jump on to VLAN section. Okay, I'll give you this theory part. Okay, you can see already written the theory part here. Even in the book, what I have shown you, CCNA, that also cover theory. Okay, ye trunk kya hai? Okay, what is this inter VLAN? And then I'll be putting the configuration in this lab only. Can you see that? And the same lab, like once we complete VLAN lab, maybe the same lab we will be going to do on the, you can see this is another lab, again the configuration. Then we have another lab, again configuration. Okay, then we have another lab, we again have the configuration. Okay, this is how we are going to do. And first I would always do few labs on packet tracer, so that you get like basic understanding of the lab. And then when we get the like good understanding, then for advanced practicals, we will always use these things, what we call the racks.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Makes sense. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So you can see here, the same instructions, right? So you can see router, switches, and how to configure NAT. Okay. The same way we need to follow little bit of packet tracer also, and also the labs, what we are doing. So just to follow what I'm telling you, because if you really want to explore, trust me, अगर आपके पास बहुत time होता है, if you have 5 days, you are free and you want to explore more and more things, then for like last time, I have already given you packet tracer labs. Have you guys done that? Okay, there are 20 plus labs I have already given you, because I know most of you are always have a time to do more things. Okay, this is why I have already given these packet tracer labs, because these labs will help you to understand the basic connectivity to a LAN network. Okay, so you can see subnet and IPv4 network. Okay, and in these lab guides, already the instructions are there. What you are asking me, na? Ki I need instructions and then I need to follow those things. So that is already there inside that. If you open, okay, यहाँ पे अभी वो करा ना हमने packet tracer. So you just open this packet tracer file, download this file, and open this in packet tracer. You will be getting clear understanding or clear instruction what to do. And during this, if you get any problem, you guys can always share the things in the noisy. So can you see there is an activity window here? दिख रहा है? ठीक है, अब देखो इस लैब के अंदर, so you can see what it is asking me. It is asking me to design the network subnetting scheme. Okay, it is asking me the first subnet is a LAN A. Okay, you can see here 209.165. Okay, you need a minimum of 50 IPs. So we have to configure this network in 50 devices. Then we have, we need to subnet the device with 40 IPs. Okay, the way like we are going to understand this. Okay, and the same way, like if you understand subnetting, you will like today, आज हमने पता कर लिया ना कि दो routers को to configure 2 different networks, we have to divide our network into how many parts? 2. So in this, so in this guide, maybe not today, maybe I have to take 1 or more classes. Okay, so then you will be able to understand by doing this. Okay, we need to divide this network into 4 parts because there are 4 different LAN networks. Can you see that? 150 host here and 40 here. And this is the activity window. And it is asking me like first go to router, enter this password class 123. Then you change the device name to customer. This is from where we configure the devices. Okay.
Sir, I don't have this packet tracer labs.
Okay, because so is this your first day or what?
No. I'm since doing it from day 1.
Okay, so everyone has asked everyone. So basically, it is inside your notes only. Maybe you have not seen that properly. Let me. हाँ. तो जो क्राफ्ट का एक लिंक दिया था ना, मैंने एक बार कोड दिया था शुरू में कि ये बार कोड स्कैन कर लो, याद है?
यस सर.
हाँ, वो बार कोड को स्कैन करना था और वो बार कोड भी नहीं है तो क्राफ्ट का लिंक था एक. ओके, लेट मी शेयर दिस अगेन इन योर चैट विंडो. आई होप यू गॉट द चैट लिंक नाउ. You got the link, guys, everyone?
I have
अरे ये है ना, आ गया ना?
ये रहा क्राफ्ट और 2. यस.
हाँ, ठीक है. सो इसको सेव रखो, इसके अंदर है वो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन और आज की लैब्स भी. ठीक है.
First practical, second practical.
And there is packet tracer labs also. Open it. Okay. Any other doubts? Preet Raj Tillo. हाँ जी ਵੀਰੇ ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਆ? ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ? चलो ठीक है. Yeah, Preetraj.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell me, any doubt?
No, sir.
अच्छा. शर्मा आ गया मुंडा?
No, नहीं sir.
अच्छा. Sebith. Yeah, Sebith. Hi, Sebith. Okay. Gunjan, do you have?
Okay, sir. No doubt. It's clear.
Okay. Gunjan, आपका डाउट है कोई? राजीव.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Gunjan, tell me.
एक्चुअली सर मुझे सर सो आईपी राउट जो आपने सर कमांड बताया था सर, ये थोड़ा डिस्क्राइब कर दिए सर। एक्चुअली सर मुझे थोड़ा समझ में नहीं आया। एंड सर जैसे आपने सर स्टैटिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन बताया था, तो सर स्टैटिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के लिए सर हमारे पास कोई आईपी होनी चाहिए, या हम लोग मतलब कैसे कॉन्फ़िगर, मतलब कोई जैसे कि हमें कोई आईपी होनी चाहिए ना इसके लिए?
हाँ, so you need to have the destination network IDs to configure static route. अगर आपके पास डेस्टिनेशन का नेटवर्क ही नहीं है तो आप कॉन्फ़िगर ही नहीं कर सकते स्टैटिक राउट. Okay, so let me cover this. Okay, so he's asking me if I can explain the routing. So actually I closed the lab, but no worries. So what I can do. Okay. So basically show IP route, we can see the screenshot in the Google. Okay, so basically what does it mean? Okay, so this is normally your routing table, right? So whenever you see this L means your local IPs to the device, okay? Means the IPs you have given on the router. Okay, the C means directly connected. Whenever you connect to your router, okay, whenever you configure IP addresses on the router, those are called directly connected. And till now, we have only learned the static routes. So whenever you enter the static commands like IP route wali jo command thi na, so these commands we have given here in the router. Okay, so let me add here because IP route command is missing. Okay, so everything you can see here. Okay, so ये वाला देखो last section है lab 1 2 3 racks. Okay, so this is lab 3, and in the lab 3 we added some static routes here. Let me add here. Okay, in router 1, like you can add IP route 192.168. Another side you have 11.0 and 200.1.1.2. Okay, the another opposite, and if you want to give a AD value, then you can give 10, and also you can give a name like R2 link. Okay, like this. This is what we have done. And in router 2, you will add the opposite side 1.0. Okay, 200.1.1.1. Okay, so that's the thing. So we have added the screenshots. Okay. So routing table, basically you just have to understand there are three right now in like C means directly connected, L means the IPs you have given on the router. And then we understand S means whenever you give IP route commands, na, IP route, static routes, these are static routes, what I have given here. So whenever you give this, that means static. Okay. And further, we will be going to learn EIGRP, OSPF, BGP. Then automatically you are going to learn further more about the routing table. Okay, Gunjan? Yeah. ऋषभ कोई डाउट है?
Yes, sir. मेरा बस यही था कि I just want to know the expectation of yours कि अभी तक कितना क्लासेस हुआ है, क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन आपका, कितना समझ गया होगा, क्योंकि मैं फिर वो लैग नहीं कर जाऊं। अगर मुझे कुछ रिपीट करना है, रिवाइज करना है, तो मैं करते रहूं। तो आपका एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है अभी तक का कि इतना आना ही चाहिए?
Good question, good question. So my expectation from all of you that at least you know these three labs what I have done till now. Okay, at least you know how to configure a basic router. You should also understand if I want to connect two routers, how I am going to do the practical. Okay, the third thing, my expectation from you that you should be good at network fundamentals till now. If I ask you what is router, you should be able to answer, okay, router is a network device which is used to connect two or more different networks. Okay, if I would say, okay, tell me something about like OSI model, any specific, like tell me about the difference between TCP and UDP. So you will be able to answer the TCP UDP difference, not in too much detail. I'm not expecting you to understand that TCP takes 20 bytes and UDP takes 8 bytes. Maybe that is too much for you right now. I'm not expecting you to have understanding, okay, what is inside the TCP header. Okay, but at least you should know TCP is a reliable and UDP is not reliable. TCP has acknowledgement. Whenever we send data, we get acknowledgement. In UDP, we do not get acknowledgement, right? We should also understand data link layer. Like in data link layer, frame is the PDU. Okay, and what is frame? Inside frame, you have source MAC address, destination MAC address. If I ask you what is packet, you should be able to tell me that it has source IP address, destination IP address, okay, and TTL value and all. If you know, that's okay. Okay, means basic understanding. If I ask you verbally, explain OSI model, then you will be able to talk for, you will be able to speak for OSI model for at least 2 minutes. This much practice I want you to do. And the third thing about subnetting, because the first thing I told you, at least all 3 practicals, what I have done, OSI model, at least try to speak for OSI model for 2 minutes. And I want everyone to send me audio recording in the noisy chat. Okay. Because everyone, like you have permission to send me audio messages in the noisy. So whenever I'll be free, I'll be able to listen, or maybe the guys who are from industry, you can listen to the guys recordings. And if you are able, if you are good at OSI model, you can always help each other, because I can't help all 200 guys. Okay. We all have to help each other. We are learning in a community. Networking is not just a platform. I would say it is like a community where we will help each other, because I'm not free 24/7. But yes, definitely if we will be active in the noisy chat, definitely somewhere is there to always help you 24/7. Right? Okay. So this is my expectation. When you are in the group, you do not consider, oh, it's a big group, how I will ask question. No, try to take advantage of that group, help each other. Okay, because there is a research also, like you guys can go and further see. See, if I'm continuously speaking for 3 hours in the live classes, you may be having doubts, you will be able to clear your doubts maybe today. But what if you will have doubt after 5 months? Okay, so this is why I build a community where you will be giving, you will be active in the discussions. You will be always active, because I remember when I did my CCNA CCNP, in that on that time, like in between 2011 to 2017, Facebook was very active, right? Nowadays we have Instagram, LinkedIn. Okay, there was a lot of groups on Facebook. Now they are not active. Everyone is now putting ads. Okay, but between 11 to 15, I have joined a lot of Facebook groups, communities, and I was I was even admin of those Facebook groups till now. Okay, because I participated in a lot of discussions, lot of things. Okay, so when you be in the discussions, जब आप एक दूसरे की हेल्प करते हो, जब आप सारा दिन बातें कर रहे हो चैट पे, और सारा दिन जब आप अपना माहौल भी चेंज कर लेते हो ना, when you change the whole environment of your learning, then automatically you are going to learn in more effective way. It is not like that you watch my videos, you do the practical, that's it. This is not my expectation. My expectation, go full-fledged into this industry by participating in various groups. Okay, there are a lot of groups. I would not recommend you just to focus on our group, because already there are active users here. Okay, तो अगर 100 में से 50 लोग भी एक्टिव हो जाएंगे नॉइजी ग्रुप में, so I'm sure that you will be able to learn more. Okay, ask questions to each other. Okay, एक क्वेश्चन पूछो, 4 आंसर डाल दो नीचे, पूछो. Okay, ask, okay, tell me what is okay, packet are on which layer. Okay, give 4 options: data link layer, network. When you start asking, then others will also ask, and then you will be able to learn more. Okay, so I think community से ही ज्यादा सीखता है बंदा, rather than टीचर आएगा आपको इंस्ट्रक्शन देगा, that's it. Okay, वो फॉलो करा, हो गया. But how you will keep learning when you change the whole environment? This is my question or answer to your question. Okay, yeah, networking slabs are always 24/7. 70,000 बिल देते हैं हम. ओह, so 12 घंटे बंद कर दूं, आधा हो जाएगा बिल मेरा. ओके, ओके, मैं we can't create WhatsApp group because WhatsApp group is something more personal. Okay, people directly see, we need to respect each other at a time, and WhatsApp is something I do not want you to create WhatsApp groups because maybe you are not free. Okay, and maybe some messages are coming day and day, and then maybe you are going to leave those groups, then you are going to mute those groups because WhatsApp पे तो आजकल emergency message आ रहे हैं भाई, है ना? WhatsApp is equal to now emergency. If anybody got into like emergency, they are texting, oh guy, oh bro, can you please come here, है ना? So WhatsApp is little personal. That's why we created another app. Whenever you have time, log in into the app and help each other. And also it will not what we call display your mobile numbers to everyone. Okay. So that people are not sending you happy new year messages every day. Sir, how to join community? Okay. So how to join community? Let me share link if you have not joined. Okay, so we use this noisy. It's like a Slack. Okay, but okay, so we have already this group already here. 118 members have already joined. Okay, let me send an invite for this to you guys. Okay, and join if you have not joined. Just check your chat message and join. ठीक है, तो इस पे एक्टिव रहोगे तभी आप सीखोगे. अब आधे लोग यहाँ पे हैं एक्टिव, मैं देख रहा हूँ. Okay, Rajesh, you can check with the team. They will upload CCNA folder in 9087 folder. Okay. Okay, so you can see here, we can send OSI model audio messages here. Okay, suppose let me show you how you can send OSI model or anything you want to say. Okay, so you can click here. Now the recording started. So OSI model stand for Open System Interconnection. It has 7 layers. Okay, so from top level, we have application presentation, then we have session. Like this, you guys can record and send. Okay, and automatically it is going to upload the audio file. Okay, so now it will be handy. So maybe one person is going to send the best OSI model, है ना? हो सकता है ना? हमारे में से 150 में से कोई एक बंदा बहुत अच्छा OSI मॉडल बोल जे, हो नहीं सकता है? Tell me. If everyone start talking about OSI model, maybe one person, maybe if I feel like maybe some of you are going to discuss all the questions and then you will download this recording and keep it handy with you. Okay, you can click here. Okay, and you can save this audio in somewhere, any of your folder. And whenever you have interview or something, you can start listen to those audios. Okay, it will help you how to answer questions in interview more effectively. ठीक है, समझ आ गया सभी को कि क्या क्यों बनाया कम्युनिटी? अब तुम यूज ही नहीं कर रहे तो मेरी क्या गलती है? Okay, so let me stop the recording because the class is over. Okay, but still, if you guys have any doubts related to class, I'll be here for next 10-15 minutes also. Can you share a complete video of NAT? Arun, already I think you got a pre-recorded videos. Also, one thing more, guys, I'm sure you all have my pre-recorded videos, right? So whenever you join networkings, most of you, okay, already got the previous batch recordings of mine. Yes? How many of you got it? Sabhi ko mila hai na? Haan. Okay, so you can ask team if you have not got it. You can ask me that I have not got pre-recorded videos. So pre-recorded means that videos are of my last batches. Okay, suppose maybe you have this video, maybe. Suppose, okay. Not this one because I'm not sharing. We were hiring for... Okay, so I'm just giving an example. Maybe you have any CCNA video or maybe English video or Hindi, whatever you have. Okay, suppose you have my CCNA videos. Okay, there are a lot of things, man. Mostly people get this section. Okay, so you can see here, whenever you have time, you can always look for labs here also. Okay, like you know how to configure first practical. You can watch this. Okay, you can see the same lab you have done. Okay, the same lab is also is in the pre-recorded videos. There is IP addressing video. Okay, so there is IP addressing video again. You can watch if you are not confident in IP addressing, watch it and revise it. Revision of IP addressing and OSI model. Okay, lab connectivity between switches. Okay, so there is a comparison. I don't know why the spelling is wrong here. Okay, it's a comparison of TCP UDP. Okay, so there is a 2-hour video, I think only on the CCNA quiz or related to TCP UDP. Okay, then we have static routing here. Okay, if you have time guys, अगर आपके पास बहुत टाइम है पढ़ने को, तो ये पूरा वीडियो देखना शुरू कर दो खत्म इसको, है ना, समझ रहे हो? You have all the content to complete. Okay, the more you learn, the more fun, because I am going to take in the live classes also, because you are attending the live session. That is a definitely good thing. But you have all the content of my batch, what I'm going to deliver next 4-5 months. तो आपके पास सारा content पहले से है. Why we are giving this content? Because once you have basic knowledge, you prepare your resume and start applying for jobs. And whenever companies are asking you, okay, tell me about OSPF. So that day you will come and see some at least basic OSPF videos, basic BGP videos, basic MPLS videos. So that when you are going for interview, at least you will be able to speak something. Are you getting my point? Okay, just understand why networking is giving you pre-recorded videos. Is there should be some logic, right? तो वो लॉजिक यही है कि बच्चा 5-6 महीने हमसे पढ़ रहा है और हो सकता है उसके बीच में कोई इंटरव्यू आ जाए, कुछ आ जाए, तो वो यहां से देख के वो इंटरव्यूज को क्लियर कर सकता है. आई एम श्योर मे बी यू आर नॉट एबल टू क्लियर गूगल काइंड और बिग कंपनीज इंटरव्यू. एटलीस्ट if you know some basics, at least you will not be completely blank in the interviews. Okay, and this pre-recorded is good for those people also, those have enough time to learn and they just want to learn something on daily basis. Okay, in 2022, like most of you have watched almost 180,000 hours of content from our portal. Okay, we have uploaded a video on networking's channel. Okay, that last year we networking's trainers trained 9,000 hours. 9,000 घंटे पढ़ाया हमने पिछले साल. Okay, it was a tough journey, man. Okay, so also, and how many of hours content you have watched? Like students have watched almost 180,000 hours of content. Okay, means they come in live classes. Also, they revise the classes from the videos. I'm talking 9,000 plus that 180,000 hours of content. And also we have seen people have watched, they have done 30 to 35,000 hours of labs on networking labs. Okay, who are they? They are from like the similar background you guys have, right? So means in this year we can make what we call pledge, or what we call like a goal plan, that at least I'm going to watch these videos for half an hour. I'm going to do a practical for half an hour. Okay, and whenever you feel boring, okay, whenever you feel like I'm getting bored or something, try to pick any topic like port security. Okay, try to watch for 10-15 minutes. Maybe you will feel like, okay, this is a good concept to learn. मतलब जब भी बोरिंग लगे ना कुछ चीज, तो कुछ नया टॉपिक उठा लो और उसको पढ़ने लग जाओ. ठीक है. एंड ऑल्सो मोस्ट ऑफ यू हैव आई थिंक इंग्लिश क्लासेस आर ऑल्सो गोइंग वेल. ओके, सो आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर अटेंडिंग द कॉम स्किल क्लासेस, because I know most of you are going to fail your interviews because of only com skills. Okay, so Monday to Friday we take English classes. I'm not taking, there is a senior guy from IBM, he's taking the English classes. So those who are not good at English, those who are not able to speak in the interviews, try to attend. There is always like, even if you are more than average in English, still I recommend you to join his classes, because he is from corporate and he know how to crack interviews, how to speak more fluently. Okay, so even whenever I feel bored, sometimes I watch his videos also. So he's a good guy. So always check with support team and attend the live classes of English also. Okay. And whatever courses I have given you in the past, I have sent an email, and like I have sent you 2 courses to complete, network fundamentals and IP addresses also. Okay, तो वो भी देखो. तो बहुत कुछ है पढ़ने को, पूरा एनवायरनमेंट है. नेटवर्किंग इज लाइक ए फुल फ्लेज कंटेंट लाइब्रेरी फॉर यू. ओके, लाइव में आपको वो पढ़ाया जाएगा जितना हमारे पास टाइम है. ओके, already pre-recorded videos are there. You have the chat groups also. You have pre-recorded videos. You have labs. Everything we have. So focus on content, not on like taking more and more material. If you want, I can send you a 2 terabytes of hard disk. Okay, so what? And that content maybe you are downloading from last 5-7 years. But what is the use of that? If you are not consuming the content, what is the use of डाउनलोडिंग द कंटेंट अगेन एंड अगेन? तो हमारा गोल यहां पर ये है कि चाहे हम 100 घंटे पढ़ें इस बैच में, चाहे 120 घंटे पढ़ें, इवन इफ वी लर्न फॉर 120 आवर्स, वी विल बी गोइंग टू गेट लाइक द मोस्ट ऑफ इट. ओके, तो हमें पूरा अंडरस्टैंड करके पढ़ना है. और जिसके पास बहुत टाइम है तो पढ़ो, किसने रोका है? 200-300 घंटे का कंटेंट तुम्हारे पास ऑलरेडी है, पोर्टल में जाके लॉग इन करके देखो. Okay. Any other thing? If I'm sure I motivated you a little bit today. Yeah. Yeah, Sandesh.
How to download our configuration from 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐠𝐬?
Okay. So what I recommend you have to create the notepad files. Okay, then you can configure in 𝐊𝐲. This is the best way to take the backup of your configuration. And also, I would recommend everyone to use this software which is called Notion, because I'm using Craft. Craft is paid. Okay, I'm not recommending you that you use the paid softwares because it's not required. So you guys can use this what we call Notion. Okay, so there is a video on my channel, Notion, how to use Notion. So you can create all your notes like this, like I have created like day 1. Okay, you can create the notes, like you can take the screenshot and put your configurations as a backup. So try to understand this, and you can see I have taken a lot of batches in this, like CCNA Jan, CCNA March. So I used to use this Notion earlier. Okay, so you can see IP address, OSI model, how to access router, DHCP, everything is here already. You can see. तो मेरे हर बैच में मैंने ऐसे ही पढ़ाया हुआ है. Labs, notes, everything I create on the same day. Okay, because every batch has a different mindset. Some batches are very, very fast, and some batches are little average also. Depends what are my people, what kind of students we have in the batch. According to that, I have to run my batches. अगर ये बहुत फाड़ू बैच है समझो, okay, if you are able to understand static routing in one go, then maybe we are going to do more advanced things of static routing. This is how the batches are going. Okay, so you can see static routing advanced. Maybe in my one batch, I have taken 3 routers and done the static routing, right? So just if you guys want, I can share this link with all of you also. ओके, कंटेंट की कमी नहीं है, मैं बता रहा हूँ. 9-9 हजार घंटे हम एक साल में पढ़ाते हैं, तो कंटेंट का वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. यू कैन कीप टेकिंग द कंटेंट. ओके, जस्ट इट डिपेंड्स हाउ मच यू आर कंज्यूमिंग. दैट्स द मोर इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग. ओके, आई एम सेंडिंग इन द लाइव because whenever you join live batches, I always share some cool things, like I'm sharing my Notion links of my previous batch. Okay, only exclusive for people who are in live batch. Sorry guys who are watching recordings, you need to be present in live. Okay, so any other question, guys, or shall we close? Yeah, Nand Kumar.
Sir, one question is, the courses which you told means which we can refer. I don't see in our. I don't know about other people, but for me, I don't see anything.
What's your email ID? Can you share your email ID?
Yeah, I'm just pinging you 1-to-1.
Yeah, 1-to-1 only. I'm asking.
Hello, sir. Sir,
Yeah,
I just pinged you. I just pinged you.
Okay.
Sir, for me also it's not showing, sir. I'm trying to open the CCNA that pre-recorded videos. It's not showing there.
Okay, just put your email. Arey, ruko.
Okay.
Ruko. I
For
think
me it is showing, but it says validity expired.
you can ask team. They will increase the validity. Don't worry.
Sir. For me also it's showing like same, like its validity is expired.
Okay.
For 2 days I'm getting that, but after that.
Okay, Anjan, because let me check one by one. Anjan, I can see CCNA videos are already inside your portal.
Sir, yeah, portal, it is inside my portal, but again, that is the same problem, the validity one.
Okay. That we can extend because maybe, I don't know by default how much duration you are getting, but I'll ask my team, they will increase the validities. Okay.
Sir, actually मेरा first class है.
हाँ, तो समझ नहीं आया क्या कुछ भी? है सीधा बोल. Hello.
Hello, sir.
हाँ.
Sir, today's practical, second practical, I have one doubt, sir.
Just hold on. Nia Sudin. Yeah. So Nia, what is your issue? You can't see CCNA, right? Okay. Nias. Yeah. So I can't see also. Maybe I don't know why. But let me add for you.
सर अविनाश बात करो. मेरे इसमें भी मतलब ये जो प्री रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो है ना, तो वो शो नहीं करे, तो मुझे मतलब टीम से बात करना पड़ेगा.
मेरा फर्स्ट क्लास, तो मुझे भी कुछ पता नहीं समझ आया. लेटली मैं ज्वाइन किया हूँ.
अच्छा.
अरे नहीं समझ आया मुझे.
अच्छा. बहुत देर में पहुंच रहे पैकेट तुम्हारे पास. मैंने ये बात 5 मिनट पहले बोल दी थी. डेटा लिंक लेयर में गड़बड़ लग रही है इसकी. Okay. So I have added Nia. Okay, you can check and let me know.
सर
क्या ब्रो?
वही मैं बोल रहा था, मतलब टीम से बात करनी पड़ेगी क्या अगर प्री रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो शो नहीं कर रहे?
मैं खुद ही बोल दूंगा ना, तुम्हें कुछ नहीं बोलना. मैं कहूंगा कल जाके सबके चेक करो और वो अपने आप चेक करके अपडेट कर देंगे. ठीक है.
ओके सर.
हाँ, 1-2 दिन का टाइम दो, बस कर देंगे.
ठीक है.
या गिरीश.
गुड इवनिंग सर. सॉरी.
या गुड इवनिंग.
सर मैं दूसरे सिस्टम में एक्सेस कर रहा हूँ तो प्रॉब्लम दे रहा है. नहीं, एक्सेस नहीं दे रहा है.
क्या नहीं एक्सेस हो रहा है?
मेरा मीन्स मैं ओपन एक्चुअली क्या हुआ, लैपटॉप मेरा खराब हो गया है. दूसरे सिस्टम में एक्सेस करना चाहता हूँ तो ओपन नहीं हो रहा है. तो 3 करके दिखा रहा है.
अच्छा. वो एक काम करना गिरीश. सो यू कैन, जब भी आप लोगों को डाउट आता है ना, देखो यार सिंपल है. Whenever you face any doubt, we are available Monday to Saturday. Okay, पहले 7 days थे, but Sunday पे इतने issues आते नहीं थे. Okay, we are available from Monday to Saturday, and this is the number. Okay, तो आप लोगों को पता होना चाहिए. I can't fix everyone issue because class के अंदर पढ़ने का आ रहे हैं ना, तो ये दिन में सपोर्ट टीम में 5-6 लोगों का टीम है यार. ठीक है. So whenever you get an issue, you have to call this number. They are going to revert and help you in any issue. Suppose if you your pre-recorded videos are expired, you can call them. If your lab is not working, you can call them. Okay, if you are not able to log in into portal or you are not able to log in into live portal, you have to call them. And if you are not okay to call, maybe you are in different country. Okay, so somewhere you will see some chat window appearing in this website. Okay, on the right side, because I'm logged in into my admin account, that's why it's not showing me. Okay. Okay, and also like if you don't know, like networkings has a mobile application also. Okay, those who do not know, I'm talking about. So you can go to Play Store, okay, and search for networkings, and you can able to download all the videos even if you do not have the good internet connection inside the mobile app only. Okay, because some people do not have good internet connection, or maybe they are in that zone where you do not get speed. So you can watch and you can download some videos. Okay, and then you will be also able to see the recordings in the mobile phones also. Okay, and that is available for iPhone users also. Okay, क्या बोलते हैं उसे, App Store. Okay. Okay, so what else? Any doubt, Gaurav? Gaur, any doubt?
Yes sir. Hello
हाँ,
sir.
tell me.
सर आई वांट टू आस्क, जो आपने फॉर्म स्किल की क्लासेस बताई हैं वो कैसे ज्वाइन करेंगे?
वो भी मैंने क्या बोला, जो दिक्कत है सपोर्ट टीम.
ओके सर. सर वन मोर सर, एट द स्टार्ट ऑफ दिस क्लास यू टोल्ड दैट आप कोई प्रोजेक्ट मतलब लैब देंगे सैटरडे करने के लिए, तो उसके बारे में.
मैं पैकेट रेसर की 15 लैब पहले ही दी हुई है.
जी जी.
उन्हीं को कर लो, बहुत है अभी. मेरे एक्सपेक्टेशन तो ये है तुमसे कि जो मैंने अभी तक पढ़ा है सिर्फ वो पढ़ लो, वो भी उतना भी बहुत है मेरे लिए. वो उसने सही क्वेश्चन पूछा था.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर.
ठीक है. या अहमद,